Hello there, and welcome to Riverview Farm. I had started a game, I know. Um, Problem with me is I, I wanted to do it, and then it was like, no, I can't be bothered. I, I lost where I was with it. 3 day. Uh, yep, definitely. Don't care for dirt. Right, save that as is. Increase the game speed in a minute. Now just this throttle. I've plugged in my flight stick, and unfortunately the throttle unit kind of controls the movements on the map, and that can't be unbound. Thanks, Giants. Though I could have turned the dead zone up, couldn't I? Maybe. Didn't think of that one. Anyway, so I'm going to start on easy mode. We have 3 wheat fields and a canola field all ready to harvest. But before we do that, we're going to see if there is anything, because I'm going to have it that can only buy used equipment. Kubota, I mean, I have got a mod, a mod that increases the amount of stuff that will show up here. So, can you have that one as without the tow bar, or does that one have to have the tow bar? That one has to, because there's one with and one without. Unfortunately, this is the one with, but we don't have any cows at the moment. But, okay. I don't want it, but 13.2 hours, 6 monkey. Um, right. So in the starting equipment, we have a case, or a class even, no case. We was looking at a case. We have a class, 205 horsepower, 175 horsepower for the New Holland, 145 horsepower for the Valtra, and 205 for the Massey. So the Massey and this are the workhorse on the farm. I believe this can be upgraded to a higher horsepower. And we've got everything that we need to be able to do what we want to do. Now, there will be one rule. Let's say a combine had come up in the used equipment. For argument's sake, we got the combine. Obviously, you could be waiting a lifetime for the header to come up. I can buy the header brand new, but I have to lease it because I've got the lease to buy mod. So I have to lease the header, and I buy it that way through the lease to buy mod. But I have to have leased it and done at least 20 hours on that piece of equipment before I can try and buy it. But that only applies to things like front loader equipment, as in their attachments, headers, header trailers, just them kind of things. Anything outside of that, tractors, house cultivators, etc., I have to buy through the used market. And yeah, that trailer, maybe. No. if I wanted to do sugarcane, yeah, not really. So I can't collect any collectibles, and I do have the dev console on here. So if I do see a collectible, I can collect it and then remove the money straight away. So I don't have the or what I could do is cancel the dev console and just tell the game that I found all of them, and then I wouldn't have to worry. Open that door, and we'll run down this end, and we'll open this door, and this door, and the other side of these shed, these doors on the shed as well, because we're going to need that. We most likely will want to do. These sheds are going to go though, because I really do hate these sheds, so they're definitely going. I'd rather have them green sheds, to be honest. And right. We'll also increase the game speed again, and do that so we've got our wheel working, because it doesn't always function properly. I don't have a centering spring until I do that. Oh, we? Oh, okay, good. Right, let's get out of here. And let's get set up. Go. Where do we want to put this? Really, I think I know where I'm going to put this. Yeah, I'm going to put this down here. Don't forget we've got crop destruction on, so we've got to watch out for our fields. Normally I play with it off, because I'm normally playing or doing something, testing on Maypole or on the new map, where you can't avoid but going to a field and kill. And we'll activate straw, and we'll open our combiner, and we will go in cab view, because that's more fun. and then we'll get a tractor out of here. We'll take the Massey, because I prefer that view compared to the view. Oh, that one isn't the one with the monitor in the way, is it? No, it's not. Okay. So either one of these would have been fine. There's a case that I hate that has a class even that I hate that has the monitor, like big monitor in the side window, and no good for. Can you upgrade this? No good for taking or looking out your right window, see if there's any traffic coming. Completely obscures your view. I don't want to do it right now, but compare it. But yeah, so we can go to 305 horses on this. Not bad. So definitely become the main workhorse on the farm. with the class becoming more of a secondary tractor. We just go out that way. I think we will. And that also means I can't buy any animals until I have a trailer, and then I have to go and pick up the animals and bring them back to the farm. And that will be fun. Now, this I'm going to keep the save for. I deleted the other one where I'd started from basically scratch and had a fertilizer spreader and all that going. I got to the point where I'd upgraded the tractor, and the Kubota that's currently in, or Kubota that's currently in the sales right now, that came up, or the model below that one came up, and it was like 100 and something horsepower, probably 175 horsepower, and I switched out because the tractor that I originally had was only like 96 horsepower, something like that. So I got the money to do that, and I did it, and I got a combine, and talking about combines, definitely leaving a swath. Yeah, good. I got the Bison combine, and 5 meters, so I could do contracts, and I hadn't got a farm or anything. I hadn't got any land. I got bored. I really started getting bored. It was just the same thing. I was just constantly out there fertilizing fields, and I could buy the sheep pasture, but I didn't have an animal trailer, so it was pointless buying the sheep pasture because all I could do was mow the grass, and I couldn't even mow the grass because I didn't have a mower. And then when I did have the money to buy it, or a mower did come up and I had the money to buy a mower, I couldn't bale it. I couldn't pick it up with a forage wagon because I had neither a baler or a forage wagon, and even if I had, I couldn't have still done it because I didn't have a rake, unless one spend forever. And I was into the 3rd season and no rake had come up, no baler had come up, no forage wagon had come up, and the stacker for the small bales that had come up, but the baler itself hadn't come up, even though I wouldn't have bought that one anyway. You know, that's just asking for trouble. And it's a nightmare on a small field. Imagine it on a big field with 1,000 bales sitting there for you to go and pick up. No thanks. So I was getting bored, and I was sitting there thinking, well, by the time I've got everything I need to be able to buy that sheep pasture, not only will I paid my loan off easily, I just, it'd be pointless. Not because I'd have all the money I'd need, but because I would have done everything, and the enthusiasm of playing it the way I had set it up would be gone. So I've gone for a more chilled game with a few conditions. I can't buy any farmland unless it goes on sale. Is definitely going to stay. Now, buying farmland as in fields. Now, I can go and buy forestry areas because I've never seen one of them come up on a sale. Do I want to go up and down now? Actually, no, I don't, do I? I should definitely do a second headland. Because it's a bit tighter up at the other end. I've never seen forestry land. The only thing I've ever seen come up in a sale, to be honest, is actual fields. Nothing else. Now you can feel free to put in the comments if you've had other than fields actually come up on a sale. And if that is the case, then I won't buy any additional yards until they are in a sale, which probably will be like never. But if they do, then any buildings that are on them that I decide to remove, I have to demolish them, and the dev console is opened and all the money that I got from them buildings is deducted. Because I don't want to make millions by doing silly things like that. And then I can do with the land what I want to do. And not have silly money sitting in my account. The only land I would do that to is the field down in the valley, opposite field 32, that has one of every animal type on there. I wouldn't mind getting rid of that and making that a placeables area and having it so maybe greenhouses and beehives are all over that end. And maybe a few other little things, but I won't be putting any generators down or anything like that, like solar panels, and I don't use them kind of things. I have done in the past, not in 22, going back a long time ago now. Probably FS19 actually. Maybe even before then. I think it was 19. What I should have done is put a tractor to pull the header, shouldn't I? And then I could park the header where I want it, and it's fine. Now on this farm, any buildings I get rid of, I can keep the money too. Just go down the other end, because this is definitely going to fill up soon. But like I said, the 2 red sheds there will definitely be going, and they will get replaced. They ain't going right now. No, actually, I'm not going to over there. I can keep the money off anything I sell on this yard, even though it's my starting yard. If I sell any sheds on this yard, I've got to deduct the money for as well. Which means I end up with a print screen or a picture in my Steam library, which is always fun, because I haven't rebounded enough. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Good job I've got 3 fields of it. Into that view. I will probably end up joining 9 and 10 together at some point, 7 and 8 together at some point, having 2 fields rather than 4, but that won't be for a while. We take you. Yeah, I think we'll have you. You can do the baling. We could have used the Voltra up here, but we'll use the New Holland. And we'll park this ready to go. We'll park this inside the shed down here. Probably end up leaving the baling equipment down here, to be honest. And maybe even the header. We'll see. And does hope if we go the other way. So, just to summarize, rules are main equipment has to be bought from the used market, with exceptions to headers, header trailers, and front loader implements. Animals cannot be purchased without a trailer and without owning a trailer, and obviously the animal trailer has to be bought from the used market. But then all animals that are purchased have to be brought to the farm by myself or by using hired helpers. Because I've got kids and real world stuff going on, I will be using helpers from time to time, as in cosplay, friendly helpers who actually do their job correctly. The flip side is I will also be paying them. So just because they're cosplay doesn't mean that they're working for free. They will be paid to do their job. But in order to have a worker, I have to provide a house. So I will have to look for a mod that allows you to place decorative houses in that don't do anything other than for decorations. I don't think I've got one. When we get to the top here, we'll have a look, but I'm pretty sure I don't have one. But for every worker, I have to provide a house. I think that's the best way to go. And unlike Maypole, you can't buy the land the house sits on, so it's not like you can go and buy a piece of land and go, right, that's your house. Oh yeah, I was going to have a look and see if I have anything like that. And it's not going to come in under sheds, is it? But you could always give them a shed. Like the dog kennel, definitely not under silos. Definitely not under animals either. But this, give them a garage. These are with sleep triggers though, aren't they? Trailer. Or are these just deco buildings? for decoration. Okay. Large. Yeah, I don't think they'd be too happy about a garden shed. So I have them. So I kind of have something. Them would be fine. A bit cheap, aren't they? 500. Minus the cost for the patience of the terrain. And then I've got to find somewhere to put them. Of course. Oh yeah, I can't take a loan. That's not permitted. How easy do you have a loan? In previous farm sims you did. Do you have it on this one? No. No loan. Okay. Well, that's not good. I have to rectify that because I don't want to be able to take a loan. I'd rather have a loan out that I've got to pay back, not actually have the cash on me available to me to use. I've got a mod that allows me to take up to 10 million on a loan. I have no intentions on doing so, obviously. 33,000 a day, I tested it. Yeah, definitely not. But I would maybe put it at a million. Well, we're rolling back down the hill. That ain't good. We'll see. Could get all of this in, no problem. Yeah. On this particular thing, but so I know some people be thinking, why not? Why aren't you playing on Maple? Smaller fields, you like smaller fields, you don't like huge fields, and you Riverview has huge fields in your mind. So why are you playing on Riverview and not Maple? Truth be told, I've played on Maple, tested it and everything so much. I don't want to be on it. Not right now. Maybe someday. I do have another game save going for Elm Creek. Because it was a toss-up between which one I actually decided to go with, this or Elm Creek, as a one that I would do occasional videos on. I'm going to keep Elm Creek as just off-cam thing, and it'll be my mess around map, where I will end up with big equipment and like my test map for equipment, if you like, and for mods, and so it'll have ridiculous amounts of money, and I haven't earned in any way, shape or form. If when I'm sitting there thinking, you know, I just want to have fun and not have to stress over not having the equipment that I would ideally like to use. Don't know why I keep tabbing. I've got the click to switch mod. No, I wouldn't. I think there's one mod I definitely need to put on here. Maybe the mod that allows you to deactivate certain vehicles, like the harvester. I'm not going to need it until... Hello. Not going to need it. Oh, we're on the wrong screen. Of course we are. I'm not going to need it until, like, once a year. So I'm contemplating on putting a mod on that allows me to turn off certain machinery by deactivating the tab 2 button. Did I get rid of canola straw? I think I did. I hope I did, because I don't want straw off canola anymore. I know in real life you can get straw off canola, but I did. Good. I'd rather not. Rather use the crops the way the developers had put them. Otherwise, you may as well just grow canola, and you've always got a cash crop growing then, and you never need to grow something purely for the straw. I did see the other mod that came out that allows all the different crops to give straw, all grain-based crops and whatnot. No interest in that. What the hell's going on with my mouse? Thank you. Mouse is going onto the other screen for some reason. I can't pan my camera any further around because, yeah, ends up on the other screen. Go straight down here, and then we can get that other bit instead of going all the way around. And it's funny how when you look in the mirror, the crop you see in there doesn't look like canola. Come on, mouse, why are you going on that screen for? Since I brought that up, really? I don't know. Anyway. But when you look in the mirrors, it seems like canola's wheat. It's like, no, it looks nothing like wheat. Oh. Let's turn that off. Oh, we get back down. We'll do, I think, just the one headland down here. I think we'll do 2 at the top, but we'll do 1 down here. I think we got more than enough room to turn around down this end. The only reason I've done 2 complete headlands on the other field is because it's straw that I'm going to be picking up. Apparently there's a tree behind me. And yes, I'm going to have it that I have to physically remove the trees. I can't use trees begun mod or anything like that, lumberjack. Even though I hate the trees. Between you and I will have to physically remove them and take them to the sell point. I'll probably get this field done and then I will I'll call it, because it's nearly 3 o'clock in the morning and I was meant to have gone to bed already. Actually, no, I don't need another headland up here, which is a bonus. Why did I do that for? So I don't need a headland up here. I pulled back ready as if I'm going to do another headland. Or another pass along the top even. Wonder if it's that, and if I click on that, does that work? No. That doesn't even give me my mouse function back. Interesting. I hope everybody who's playing FPS at the moment are having fun regardless of what map you're on. There's quite a few maps out there now. Surely most people have found a map that they thoroughly enjoy playing on. And obviously there's more maps coming. Can't mention every single map that is coming, but because I don't know. I know there's a few maps that are definitely in the works, and as and when those maps get announced, that's up to the authors of said maps. But there is quite a few maps out there now, and I can't play other people's maps. I've already said this in I think in the previous video. A map maker playing somebody else's map, they would just be hypocritical, you know. And I don't want to offend a map author for his or her work or their work. I know how hard it is to make a map. I know how much time goes into it. And to go along and just pick faults with their work just wouldn't be right. We all have our own way of how we want things done, and so if I'm going to pick faults with a map, I'd rather pick faults with one of my own or the base game map, or one of the base game maps. Like Erlingrad, I will never play that map. I can't stand the look of it, let alone. I mean, it looks nice, but no. It just doesn't grab me in any way, shape or form. Snobnoska dropped, or not dropped, but an update of that map came out. I downloaded it. I was like, maybe. But then it's a base game map from FS17. But it's a modded map now. Even though technically it's the base game map, it's a modded map now. Like I downloaded Felsbrunn, a map I never played in 19. And it was like, maybe I should give it a go, because I'd always played the other one, which I can't remember the name of. But as in, I would always, if I was going to mess around on one of the base game maps, that was the map I went on. And it was the American map I always seemed to find myself on. And if that drops, I know there is one out there, but it's not a very good port. I would end up being critical of it, and even though it could be a 100% port of the original, just with the added features of 22, I'd still pick faults with it, and it'd be like I'm taking a dig at the author when it's not the author's fault. The author's tried to make it as close to the base game map from 19 as possible, and I don't want to do that, so I'd rather go with a Giants base game 22 map and pick faults with it, or one of my own maps. Oops, I missed some. Oh well. It'll be fine. I can always get that later. Do you want to stay on this screen, please? It's like an important thing. Why was I reversing then? Like, I know not everybody likes first person. I prefer first person. Yeah, with third person it's easier to gauge how much working with you've got, and take better use of the full working width of any of your implements. But I'd rather have an extra pass and enjoy being in the cockpit, cabin, in the driver's seat, than in an external view. The way I like to play, I mean, I do play outside of the cab as well, but if I can, I'd rather be inside. There are some jobs I do predominantly outside. It's always external view regardless. Like fertilizing with a spreader. I like to be able to see where I've spread and where I haven't. And let's not forget it has like a 42-meter range working width. You'd be like looking like, you know, out the window as my mouse just goes. Yeah, no, I ain't gonna give you the new direction again. There we go. Jeez. Should be like, what, 2 passes, maybe? But I'm going to need to empty. Oh, 1 pass. Oh, that's even better. The wheat I've harvested will go straight into the chicken barn. So when I do get chickens, or do have a trailer and can buy chickens, and I have got a modded trailer that allows you to carry chickens. When that becomes a thing, and I've got chickens, then there's already food in there for them. Then any additional wheat that I've produced, I can sell. Not bad. 87% yield. Go and get rid of that bit that I missed just down here. All of it does look that way. And we'll park this up over on this side. Really? That's bugging me now how the mouse is not staying on this screen. Turn that off. Bump in this. Close that. We don't need it open. Go and put this into the silo. Oh, not the silo, the chicken barn. Then any additional wheat that we have off that field or those fields will go into the silo, and when the price is right, we'll top up the chickens, or if we've got chickens at that point, and we'll sell the rest. I have to go that way around then, huh? No, I've turned too soon, haven't I? Go. Definitely would prefer a moving floor. Oh, we got to go back that way. Okay. Go and get the canola in here, and we'll put that in the silo. We got to make it through that gap. Not bad. Yes. Can you open without hitting the trailer? Start the engine would be a good start. Really? Okay. We should buy the field info, shouldn't we? Not the field info, but the soil info, so we know what fields need what. Because I know one cow pasture is ready to be harvested. We can do here as well, can't we? So both of our cow pastures need ploughing, and 7 and 8 need ploughing. Okay. We'll turn you off there. Close that. Maybe hit the trailer on the way down. Luckily that doesn't have a collision in it. Otherwise we'd have a broken combine and trailer. Anyway, mouse is annoying me, so I'm going to, as I said, go to bed. If you have watched it, I hope you've enjoyed it, and hopefully when I put another video out, you drop by and you see that one. The link to this map will be in the description if you're interested. It's on the in-game mod hub, and it's available on all platforms. So feel free to download the map, and if you want to play along, play along. But have fun, and I'll catch you all later. Bye.